I ain't exactly comedy, but it ain't exactly tragedy either. Good thing Team Mystery exists, or else I would have gotten super indecisive. Welcome esteemed guests to the prep stage of Artfight. I'm your host Ananthai, and this is my 3rd year participating. My page has a bunch of updates for you all this year, and I shall be going through all of them to this point, including brand new OCs and new categories. But first, so I made a similar video back in the first time I was trying Artfight out, and the last time I tried explaining this game, I did awful. By drawing the person who drew your OC, you can revenge them by drawing the OC of the person who drew your OC. Do you understand? No. No, I don't. So let me try again and explain what is Artfight to the newcomers a bit more simply. If you want a more detailed description of the game, as well as how to join, I highly recommend checking the website itself out. Artfight is an art gifting event that opens up every July. Artists are put on different teams, this time I have 3, and draw other people's characters to earn points for their team. You can do regular attacks for drawing characters from other teams, friendly fire for drawing characters on the same team as you, which does give you less points, but no one's really here for that. And you can do revenges for drawing a character from a person that has already attacked you before. In the end, Artfight is way more about the art and not really about the fight. The teams are just for good fun, and it's not really part of the spirit of the game to get super competitive or count how many points your team needs to stay on the lead. So don't worry about it. This year we have Team Tragedy, Team Comedy, and Team Mystery, which is the one I'm joining. If you know any of my characters, you are probably able to predict that though. Speaking of my characters, let's start with the new stuff. I now have a wider selection of characters to better your attack experience. All that to say that now we no longer have just humans. I introduce humanoid characters for you who want to take a small step up from simple humans. We already kinda had that option with the rabbit last year, but I figured giving this type of OC a whole new category made sense. You already know the rabbit, the nameless inhabitant of an empty realm only her and Lila have access to and don't understand why. So they set off on a quest to understand the place and themselves. The rabbit is a curious and observant kid who can come off as a bit uncanny given the whole circumstance of being the only thing you see aside from yourself in a giant void. But nonetheless, she's a very talkative and smart child, even with her almost complete lack of knowledge about the real world. And now for the new guy in town, or rather the neighborhood, Drefan. The trickster ghost who, not having a specific place to haunt, moved to a cursed neighborhood out of his own volition to meet and annoy more ghosts and supernatural beings. I wouldn't exactly say he's an antagonist, as he is there to help out the main crew, but he will make a point to be extremely annoying about it. Drefan is from an entirely different universe than the rest of my OCs, which is kinda the reason why you see him way less in my videos. And he's the only one from that universe who is available on Artfight for now. I don't want to add too many characters at once, so the others will probably slowly be added during later editions of the event. For now, you have the funny jester guy, and while I say he's from a whole different universe, I would not mind if you draw him haunting my other characters or even yours. No one shall be safe from his pranks. Next up on the list is one feral character. Just one though, I don't really have any others for the time being. I present Sirius, a cat-like familiar who stepped into a portal he shouldn't have and now he's been separated from his witch. I wanted to expand my character selection so people who aren't used to drawing humans can at least have one character of mine they can draw more confidently. Sirius's personality is pretty much that of a highly intelligent cat. He's affectionate to the people he cares about and can understand everything you say, but will not hesitate to give you the stink eye or react dramatically to things he doesn't enjoy. Sirius's story is deeply connected to the traveling merchant and another OC of mine, Aydin. After crossing the portal, Aydin is the first person from the other side he meets, and so they strike a deal. Aydin will drive Sirius around different cities to look for traces of his witch, while Sirius helps Aydin with delivering packages to his customers from each city they pass by. Also, Aydin isn't on Artfight because I'm a bit worried about his lack of eyes being a problem. It isn't realistic and I could always filter him, but let me know what you think of it. Better be safe than sorry. So moving on, we have more humans. I am happy to announce that all of the members of the Shadow Pursuers are now available on Artfight. With some updates to Python's design and a brand new Eloa profile, the whole gang is here to solve mysteries and goof off during work hours. Aside from that, Vincent is now Lola's acquaintance because I said so, and now we have Vincent's boss and the leader of the theater, the manager with a habit of always being many steps ahead of her enemies, Louise. I'm probably not gonna have the time to draw full body sheets for anyone else in that group, so for now it's just Louise and Vincent against the world. Louise is the elegant and cunning leader of the villain organization, the theater. She usually has a strict, if not a bit melancholic expression on her face, which, while not entirely intentional, does help with the intimidation factor with her being the big boss and all. However, people who manage to be on good terms with Louise will see that she's really caring towards her allies and will do everything in her power to keep them safe. Everything. Because of that, all the high-level members of the theater recognize that and present unwavering loyalty towards her, even if some of them may try to hide it. I'm looking at you, Vincent. On top of it all, I made a custom card this year, which I kinda already showed on the video. But still, you should check its intro out on its full copyrighted glory yourself, either from my Artfight profile or from my YouTube profile. My objective for Artfight this year is to be as active as I can to make up for the previous round, when I didn't participate as much. So I'll see you there! Thank you for staying until this point, and until we meet again on Artfight.